What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with a Grixis deck. And it's, I'm calling it Grixis Yoink. And for those of you who are not up to date with the old school online terminology, I think this is where it comes from. I could be wrong. Like, it might just be an actual English word, but for me, when I say yoink, I think of Ultima Online. Way back on the dial-up 56k modem days, used to run around Britannia. Those who know will know. For those of you who don't know, you were probably too young to remember Ultima Online. But yoink refers to what would happen is your character would die in a dungeon, and then you'd turn into a little ghost, but you would still see the monsters that killed you around you, and they would come up to your body and it would say yoink, 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 and they just steal all of your loot off your body, and then you'd have to get your friends to like kill the monsters so that you can get your your armor and your sword and everything back from the monsters. It was a terrible thing to happen, and from that point on, it just means that when somebody steals something from you. So I'm calling it Grixis Yoink because we're playing a few cards that are going to be stealing cards from the opponent, and we get to play with the opponent's deck, essentially. And there's one key new card from Wilds of Eldraine called the Decadent Dragon, which is it was in my top 10 list. Rakdos colored creature adventure. The adventure's black, the creature's red. Really nice card. And when you couple it with the already existing Siphon Insight, it means we're stealing quite a few of the opponent's cards, and that can't be our only win con. We've got some others in there, but it is definitely the main win con. I would like to snag the opponent's win cons and use them against him, and that would really make, if we can just get to do that once or twice during tonight's gameplay footage, then I will call it a resounding success. So that's enough of an introduction. Without further ado, let's jump into tonight's Grixis Yoink brew. So, Decadent Dragon, front and center, right? It's 4 mana, 4/4, flying Trampler. And whenever he attacks, you make a treasure. Nice. The reason for that is because the expensive taste, the instant speed adventure side of this card, exiles the top 2 cards of target opponent's library face down. You may look and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, but it doesn't say the usual thing, like with Siphon Insight, where it says you may play the exiled card and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. So with the treasures, then that becomes less problematic. We can occasionally also steal their lands, because this is random. It just takes the top 2. Siphon Insight, you look at the top 2 and then you pick one. But the point is you can occasionally snag their lands and use their stuff against them. But most of the time we're going to be relying on the treasures from the Decadent Dragon as well as Big Score to cast the opponent's stuff. We can also add mana of any color with Chandra's +2. I've used that in a pinch. And Chandra ends up being our alternate win con. We've got Light Up the Night to potentially do like a big double Light Up the Night to the face. Happened plenty of times. We can, of course, also, the doubling from Chandra here can end up doing some pretty gross things, like maybe doubling the second mode on Maestros Charm. Again, lose 3, you gain 3. Double that, becomes 6. Get the opponent close enough to death and then just fire off one of these and double it up with Chandra. Boom, boom, boom. Friggin' nice. We've also got just one of the most broken cards in the format, Breach the Multiverse. This is another way of yoinking some stuff, because it also takes something from the opponent's graveyard. So, pretty fun. Kind of take on Grixis control with this little sub-theme of using the opponent's cards against him. We've got sweepers, we've got counter spells, we've got removal aplenty, we've got card draw, we've got ramp, we've got big explosive walkers. What could go wrong? Mana base is a little wonky, but kind of my usual. 26 because we've got a pretty high average, and I look at these percentages and I try and build a mana base accordingly. So definitely a little bit more on the black and red, and a little bit less on the blue and black. It's been just fine. 1 Blast Zone, 1 Field of Ruin, 1 Mirrex to round things off. And now, without too much further blabbing, I think it's about time that we jump into some games and see how it holds up on this lower platinum ladder. Been testing all sorts of jank, guys. Been really enjoying the jank and not rushing through the mythic this month. Like, really not that obsessed with it this month. I've been a little bit too like obsessed with that the last like 3-4 months, and I spend the whole like first 10 days of the season just like grinding away. Things a little bit more chilled this time around, and that is a great hand because we have 3 yoinkers as well as the mana with which to yoink. Nice, nice, nice. Green. Oh, okay. Oh. Hunky dory, baby. I think we can quite happily Siphon Insight before he draws. Steal a card there. Ooh. Yes, please. I'd love you to have your Restless Cottage. That is a nice card to have. However, we'll need to yoink some more green for it to work. And I was expecting pure green. Now I see this, I'm like, maybe not. Now that it's tapped, he can't bounce it to his hand, so we can remove it next turn. Ooh, and we go for, yeah, we're definitely going to go for a nice, juicy Brotherhood's End. Alright, so now we can play you and go bzam. Let's get rid of those dudes, which are his rampers. I'm sure he's digging for a black source, but we snagged one of them. God, I love it. The, like, disruptive ability of, so wait, can we do both? Yes, we can do both. Oof. Of you just taking things off of the opponent's top. It ends up being like the decks just work less well, and that's great. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Just like, oof, and graph triplets taken. Isn't that just so sick? Let's go and play his Nissa. Wait, do we have to even do this? Can I get a hell yeah? Nice Nissa. Freaking hell, I never owned this one. Bye-bye. Poor guy bricked a bit, but we were definitely part of the reason why he bricked. You know, how many of those lands, like, we put one there, and then we stole 2 of them. That would have, allowed him to curve out better. I think that was a fantastic game. Definitely a great way of explaining what I'm trying to do with this deck. We might even, go more dedicated on this strategy and put in the 4th copy of Siphon Insight and just, like, go all out on this yoinking, but I think, considering the fact that it's got flashback and you can essentially cast them twice, it's like we have 6 of them in the deck, so I think it's enough for now. But I've been really enjoying this this deck in testing, truly. That's not a very easy hand to keep, is it? I think we got a mulligan that one. And then we get served up what isn't really that much better, but fine and dandy. Oh, that's a difficult decision. Aha. Pia. I think we have ourselves a Naya Pia Nalar deck on our hands. Top of the deck, just... Oh! Oh! Cool. Oh, big score. Baby, baby. Now we're revealing the fact that we are in Grixis by playing the Shivan Reef. Reckless Impulse will definitely be the grab there. Poor guy, not finding lands, hey. Sucks to be you. Okay, so I think we're gonna big score away the Otawara. Oh, that's 2 matches in a row where we just won because the opponent just didn't find lands or whatever, but I am not complaining. Win's a win. Bloodfeather Phoenix just never took off, unfortunately. It's a pretty sweet card, but I don't think Standard is its best home. Probably better in some other formats. I haven't checked in on Explorer in months and months. Bit of a tough keep, this one, but I'll go for it because I'm crazy like that. You can go Dragon on 3 and then play it on 4 and then ramp into Chandra and, you know, draw some good stuff between now and then. Looks like mono red though from the sleeves, so could be a little slow. Aha! Okay, never mind. Blast Zone is a nice top deck. Mr. Tenacious, how good of you to stop by. Great, so now we've got the counterspell for Liliana. That makes me really happy. Aha. Okay. Ooh, I'll take your Trespasser. That's a nice top deck for sure. I think we need to just chill out and pass, unfortunately, the turn. Because if it is Liliana, I want to counter it. But if it isn't, then I'm going to use the end on Tenacious Boy here. Or, you know what, let's just get rid of the Sleeper and have a peek at your hand. I knew it! I knew it! Okay, so some sort of disgusting deck, which is playing all the broken black cards with some blue cards, but very few blue cards. Like a slightly different take on this. He's just got only the whale, 2 make disappears. That's a very light splash. This is just mono black, essentially. Cool. Okay. Got the Negate. And hopefully he doesn't have the make disappear in hand now, because we saw it wasn't. Woo. Oh. Ho ho ho. Oh. So those counter spells are definitely not there. It's got the cut down. That's fine. I knew that was hamming. It's all good. So now he can either, like... I don't think I saw any Shouldered Edicts. I should have had a better peek at his deck. But he can blitz in the underdog. But it won't kill Chandra. Yet. It's not enough. And then we can double breach next turn. Which is pretty cute. What? Demizen. What are you demizzen, bro? You demizzen me, man? You demizzen me, man? Cause now I'm gonna double breach your ass. And I got mana for a make disappear. Oh yes, thank you. Nothing from my side of the board yet. Do we grab another Chandra? I don't know. I think I'd rather go a Trespasser. And then, yeah, not a bad turn. And we got Chandra back up in hand if he gets rid of this one. Okay, discard. Nice. No problemos. Liliana. I think let's do this. Groovy. Oh. Hello, WinCon. However, don't forget, with Chandra, you can only cast one of the spells. So if we go for it now, we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, 12 damage. 12 plus 4. Yeah, that's game. My name's Johnny Bravo. B-R-A-V-O. Ba-ba-ba-bam! Woo! That was sick. Double breach into double freaking... Wow, that was sick. And like, getting a double siphon or a double, what's it called? Expensive taste when you have Chandra on the board is just so nice, man. Steal so many cards. Alright, how are we doing for time? That was a really good one. Oh, we're cruising through these. We've got at least time for another couple matches. And then we'll jump into some stats and, you know, potential BrewLabifications. But so far, I'm feeling very happy with this one. I haven't played any Grixis in what feels like ages. And I think the fact that there's a little less Selesnya enchantments in the format gives Grixis a bit of wiggle room now, because it was terrible, like, because it lost Invoke Despair, right? At some point, Grixis was like one of the best decks in the format. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that we had still that hateful card. Oh god, another mono black player! Actually, no, when I see this, I'm thinking it's probably Dimir Toxic, which is really, really tough to beat. I lose to that deck so often. Ooh. Okay. Brotherhood's End would be just fantastic. Top deck. Let's hold up the Negate and see if it isn't Dimir, then maybe we'll need the Negate. No. So now he's got Corrupted, which is definitely not good. But he also bricked out, so... Oh yeah, I'll steal your blue source. Looks like you're pretty desperate to have one of those. But dude, if we don't find some answers right now, like, we're gonna lose. Pretty rapidly. Yeah, that's cool. I'll take that. Okay, I think we're gonna big score and use one of the treasures for the cut down. Man, we're on 5 poison already. Unbelievable. Nah, okay. So let's go like this. And like this. And it's not looking groovy, huh? One, two, three, four, five. We can definitely play Chandra next turn anyway, so go 7. Now let's see, I mean, Toxic is such a
a frustrating mechanic. I just lose too often. I just don't understand how it's doable. Like how actually what I don't understand is how come this deck is basically unplayed. Eight. So scary. Yeah, no, we've lost. There's no way, like, I'll be able to get, like, a quick enough, like, end to this game just with freaking Chandra next turn.
Time to light up the darkness.
Yeah, I know. Good game, my ass. I'll give you the sneeze, the snoring face, man. Because now he just needs to proliferate twice. And we're dead. Once. So silly. Like, still on 13 life. Definitely, like, could have won. It's crazy. I don't get why this isn't a more played deck. I lose almost every match to this deck. Like, really. It takes a little bit of care. It's not an easy deck to play. But it's also not that hard. And I almost never see it. It's very rare that I come across that deck, and it's not showing up on any of the, you know, Untapped or whatever. But my win rate against it is abysmal. Yeah, it's just, I guess, one of those, like, sleeper decks that for whatever reason maybe people just don't enjoy the you know, look at me, I'm ranting about how stupid it is and whatnot. Like, maybe other people feel the same and they just don't want to play it. I beg your pardon. Yeah. But I feel like it's incredibly strong. Okay, nice. Got the blue, got the black, and Siphon can remove things. Ooh. It's Mr. Bramble. Off you go. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you ramp into nothing. You ain't ramping into nothing, boy. Did we just play this earlier? Like, okay. Counter spell or dig through your deck. At least take a land. Although, yeah, I'm not going to leave you with a Nissa if I can avoid it. Mana, please. 26 in the deck. Okay, so just Gruul ramp. Very nice. Probably got some, I'm assuming he's got some, look at the mana disparity here. Oh, come on, mate. Hello? What, 26 lands in the deck? It's the kind of stuff that drives me insane. Truly insane. I mean, look, what the freaking frick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 4. It's the kind of stuff, like, I just don't get. It really, it's too much. Like, it makes no sense. There's no freaking way, man. Mate. GG. Okay, we can call this one. The top of... Yeah. Mind blown. We found only 3 lands in the top 15 cards of our library with 26 in the deck. But it's okay. I don't consider these losses. It's just RNG, whatever, bad luck, variance, whatever you want to call it. Crappy algorithms. I don't care. There's no way you can pilot better. Like when that happens, we saw it at Worlds, man. The final, like the grand final, the dude had to mulligan twice and then down to 5 in 2 separate games and was still not able to make his 4th land drop with a perfectly crafted, like, you know, world championship type deck. It happens even in paper, so I don't know. You just have to learn to accept it and move to the next game without getting too salty, because tilting is bad for winning. When you're, you know, when you tilt, you think less well about your next move. You end up making mistakes. Oh, could be mono blue. If he casts Consider now, I would think it's probably mono blue. Yeah, it's definitely mono blue. Ah. I would love another blue source then, please, deck. Off the top, let's go. Gosh darn it. I wanted to be able to hold up Dissipate, but no such luck. I hate this deck more than any... you probably hear me say that a little bit too much, but honestly, mono blue is the one I hate the most by a long shot. Pardon me. We've taken one Terra and put the other one in the bottom. Never say never. You occasionally beat these guys, occasionally. It's another one that I just lose to so often. Unfortunately, it's not everywhere on the ladder. It's like every other match is mono red and other things. This is more and more of a rare situation. Nice. Tap out. Tap out. Why don't you? Then I can just get rid of you. Easy. Easy mode. So this will cost me... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So let's just use this one. And I'd rather hold up the light up the night in case we ever get to resolve a Chandra. Anyway, he's gonna have another one. Every game, every time, without fail. Yeah, that was stupid. 'Cause it went to his graveyard. I just helped him make the Jin bigger than it needed to be, unfortunately. I really can't stand this card. It's such a stupid deck, man. 1 million counter spells. It's game over. And you'll have another negate. Fading Hope. Thanks. Lame. Hate Haughty Gentilarian Terror. Fortunately, we don't need to really consider it, because like I said, it's gone down to like once a day, maybe twice I play that deck. Fortunately. Because it's actually really good. I think it's the same category as the Dimir Toxic one, where like you don't run across it so often because people feel disgusting playing it. And they'd rather play something a little less cringe-inducing than... nah. Nah. Okay. I guess. Let's play the counterspell game. I could come down on 2 that I can negate in a... Nothing much. I think it's probably Esper Legends. Or Esper Control. Now we're okay. Mien. Okay, let's see. Surely you have something. I'm baiting out a counter so I can play big score next turn while the shields are down, or he doesn't go for it and lets the Decadent Dragon expensive taste resolve, which, you know, both are win-wins. Come on. Make up your mind, mate. Snagged a farewell and the Dissipate from the opponent. Isn't that a freaking nice thing? I'm gonna only big score now because he definitely was holding up some interaction. So I'm gonna wait to cast big score when I also have negate open. Yes. Bye bye. So just straight up friggin' Esper Control. See if we can resolve the expensive taste again. Why not? I'd still rather keep the negate for the big score when we try and get back ahead in terms of cards. Okay. Totally fine with that. Kazoink, kazoink. Let's go for a double yoink. No. I'll let you draw some cards this time. Fine. This negate might end up just being way too important. Maybe he's trying to resolve like a Breach the Multiverse or something. You never know what the win con is with these control players. This time you'll go for the Dissipate, surely. There we go. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Perfect. We also have a thing to discard to the big score, so I think this is the turn where we can either use his Memory Deluge. Pretty disappointing draw step. Cycle this one. Still got the 2 for the negate if necessary. Oh my word. Bloodtastic. Alright. It's time to jam out some dragons and hope to get them to stick with some protection spells available. I had a feeling. Devious cover-up. This is really the worst kind of control deck. Just the 0 win cons, maybe I'll swing in with my man's lands type of nonsense. Bye! Yes, I had fun. How are we doing for time? Alright guys, I think unfortunately we're gonna have to just call it. A couple of like weird games there, but we definitely did what the deck's supposed to do. Especially was a huge fan of that match where we had Chandra on the board and fired off the double light up the night and whatnot, and the double breach. That was super cool. But so yeah, I feel like we did everything the deck is supposed to do, and we're also close to the 40-minute mark. So I want to just call it, leave it at that. Jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts, overall review. It's a fun one. It's definitely a good one. I think this idea of like, let's play Grixis again. Let's have Chandra as the top end. Cool. Then what? Now we can just go nuts. Right? Grixis, we got everything. Counter spells, great removal, sweepers, card draw. Like, it's one of the best color combinations, especially for a control deck. It's like up there with Esper. So, you know, maybe we don't need to go for the Yoink thing. So then we get rid of Siphon Insight and the Decadent Dragon, and we just play like good spells. What would we play? You know, what could we do to make Grixis great again? Make Grixis doesn't work. But yeah, cool. Like we got, you know, like amazing lands. I think Grixis is in a good place again. Like I mentioned earlier, there's much less enchantments in the format, and that means the fact that we don't really have enchantment hate in these colors is a problem. We can just try and counter some of the annoying enchantments coming down with our counter spells. And then if it's enchantment creatures, which is the main type of, you know, in the Selesnya deck, we can use our sweepers and our removal to just deal with them. The end also, you know, maybe we hit Calyx with the end and get rid of it forever from their deck. I think Grixis is doable again, so I'm going to keep working on it. But I like this first attempt with this little Yoink sub-theme. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please, thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out.
Peace, y'all.